All right, boys and girls, we're going to look at multiplying a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number. This is some really tricky stuff, and we're going to look at what they're showing us in the book. We have 315 times 23, and the reason why it says Mrs. Wong earns $315 in 1 week. How much does she earn in 23 weeks? So we're going to take $315 and multiply it by 23. Now, the reason why 3, 1, 5, and 3 are bold is because that's our first step, right? We're going to be multiplying 315 times 3, right? When we do that, we get 945, right? So that's our first partial product, is 315 times 3. We multiply 5 times 3, and that equals 15. We regroup. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And then we multiply 3 times 3, and that gives us 9. So we have 945, right? So that's the partial product. Now we're going to do the second row. And when we do the second row, we're not multiplying by 3 anymore. So 3 is no longer bold. We're done with 3. 3 is yesterday's news. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be multiplying by 20, right? Not just by 2, but by 20. The 2 is in the tens place. And because we're multiplying by 20, we're going to end up with a 0 here. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to multiply. 5 times 2 is 10. We've regrouped the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 we've regrouped is 3. And then 3 times 2 is 6. And then we're going to go ahead and add the partial products, right? And when we do that, when we add the partial products together, we get 7,245. So that's how much Mrs. Wong earns in 23 weeks. $7,245. Okay? So we're going to do a few of these problems together. And we're going to do 15, 16, and 17 in your math book. And I think we're going from, let's see, I think we're going to kind of go to, yeah, I think we're just going to go to 106. So let's do these 3 that are in your math book together, right? And we might do a few extras just to make sure. Or what we might do, let's solve them with the traditional algorithm, and we'll also solve them with lattice. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold my paper in half, and then I'm going to fold it into 3. And I know that sounds kind of weird. And I also have problems on the back because I'm trying to save paper. Save a tree. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm just dividing it so that we have 6 squares. I know that's weird, and you're going to be freaking out. Oops, and I just tore my paper. Okay, so let's look at problem number 15. We're starting out with 379, and we're multiplying by 22. And I like to use graph paper when I do this. You may not have graph paper at home, but it might be worth getting some graph paper because it really helps you to line up your problems really easily. This graph paper, unfortunately, is a little bit pricey. That's why I'm recycling it, because I know that it's expensive. I've bought it for myself before. So if you need to order some graph paper on Amazon, or if you want to actually draw in the lines, that can help you too, to make sure you're lining up your numbers. So I'm going to start out with this number right here. I'm going to ignore the 2 that's over here. I'm going to multiply 9 times 2, which is 18, regroup. In fact, I'm going to cover this with a little blue piece of paper, right? A little blue transfer. I don't really want to even think about the 2. Now I'm going to multiply 7 times 2, which is 14, plus the 1 is 15. Now I'm going to multiply 3 times 2, which is 6, plus the 1. And now I am done with the 2, right? I don't even have to think about the 2 anymore. Now I'm going to multiply by 20. And because I'm multiplying by 20, remember, this is the partial product. It's 379 times 2. And down here we have 379 times 20. Right? Then I'm going to go across here. So I'm ignoring this 2, and I'm just going to multiply, and I'm going to start out with the 1s, then the 10s, then the 100s. Super methodical. 9 times 2 is 18. I already have my 1 up here. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15. I already have my 1 up here. And 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So you can see this is 379 times 2. This is 379 times 20. So it's 758, 758 plus a 0 on the end, right? Okay, now I'm going to add the partial products. So I end up getting 8,338 when I do that. When I multiply them. Let's do it down here using lattice. So I need to have 3 boxes by 2 boxes. So I'm going to say, let's do 379 times 22. And I'm going to end up with 3 by 2. Okay? And I also have this, like if you need to see the lines in a lot neater. This box is 9 times 2. This box is 9 times 2. This box is 7 times 2. This box is 7 times 2. This box is 3 times 2 is 06. This box is 3 times 2 is 06. Now I'm going to ignore all of these. 8 plus nothing is 8. 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Regroup. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Regroup. 6 plus 0 is 6, plus 1 is 7, 8. And then I have 0. So I end up with 8,338. 8,338. Okay, let's try it again using the traditional algorithm. I'm going to do it down here so I have a little more room. So number 16 is a yucky one. It has 937. And we're multiplying by 16. So let's write in our partial products. First, we're going to do 937 times 6. And down here, we're going to do 937 times 10. Smiley. Right? Because this 1 is worth 10. I'm going to add the partial products. And my answer will be on the bottom. Starting out, just ignoring, I can put a piece of candy on the top of my number. So I don't even see it. I put one of my violet breath mints on top of number 1 and get rid of it. So first thing we're doing is we're multiplying 937 times 6. When I do that, I do 7 times 6 is 42, regroup. 3 times 6 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, regroup. 9 times 6 is 54, 55, 56. So I end up with 5,622. I'm going to cross these out because I'm probably going to need to regroup again. Now I'm taking away my breath mint. I have to have a 0 right here because I'm multiplying by 10, not by 1, but by 10. I'm done with this 6. 7 times 1 is 7. 3 times 1 is 3. I guess I don't need to regroup. 9 times 1 is 9. When I add these together, I get 14,992. Okay, let's try this one with lattice, and we'll see if we get the same answer. So we have 937. We're multiplying by 16. I'm making my 6 by 2, or my 6 squared box 2 by 3. I'm going across. Okay. 7 times 1 is 07. 3 times 1 is 03. 9 times 1 is 09. So here's where you're seeing the 937. 937, right? Now we're going to do, you're going to see the partial product for the top row, right? 7 times 6 is 42, or part of the partial product. 3 times 6 is 18. 9 times 6 is 54. Okay? Again, we're getting rid of these because we don't want to add them in. 2. 8 plus 7 is 15. Plus 4 is 19. Regroup. 4 plus 3 is 7, 8, 9. So far, so good. They're matching, right? And then I have 5 plus 9 plus 0 is 14. Regroup. And I end up with 14,992. Awesomely, they match. Okay, let's do the last one. This last one I'm going to kind of do up here. 605 times 48. My partial product down here is 605 times 8. My other partial product is 605 times 40 with a smile. That means I'm going to have a 0 down here, right? 5 times 8 is 40. And again, we can take my little breath mint and hide, since they're cubes. We can hide that number. We do 40, regroup the 4. 0 times 8 is 0 plus 4. 6 times 8 is 48. Okay. Now I'm getting rid of my breath mint. Gonna package it back up here. Just happen to be handy because they're shaped like cubes. And then I'm done with 8. We've already done 605 times 8. Now it's time to do 605 times 40. We are going to have a 0 here because this is a 40, right? Now I'm going to do 5 times 4 is 20. Regroup. 0 times 4 is 0. Plus 2 is 2. 6 times 4 is 24. So I end up with Okay, let's try it lattice and see if it matches. We should get 29,040 as our answer. So again, this time we need a 3, a box that has 3, and a box that has 2. This is number 17. So this is 605. This is 48. We're going to go down, 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 and oops, this guy goes there. Okay? Now I'm going to use my purple pen. 6 times 4 is 24. 0 times 4 is 0, 0. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 8 is 40. 0 times 8 is 0. 6 times 8 is 48. Okay? And again, I don't want to add these, so I'm just crossing them out so I know that they're not going down the slide. 0 plus nothing is 0. 0 plus 4 plus 0 is 4. So far so good, right? We had 40 right here. 8 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 10. Regroup. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. And we have a 2 all by its lonesome up there. So our answer is 29,040. That's what we also got up here. So good job. Woohoo! All right. So now you know how to do triple digit times double digit. And you know that there's 2 different strategies for doing that. So I'm hoping that either one of those strategies will work for you and that either strategy will be helpful. All right. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you later.